Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and on this video I've got some pickups from CEX and HMV. But before that, does anybody remember this slipcover? Yeah, I got this from CEX, can you tell? And this was the last slipcover I used nail polish remover on. Can you see where the stickers were? And yeah, it made a complete mess of the slipcover, and I was gutted, as you can imagine, because this is a brilliant slipcover on a brilliant film. So in that video I got a lot of tips on how to get rid of these stickers safely. So I want to give a big shout out to the Suffolk shaver. On that video he told me to use lighter fuel. Now I use lighter fuel, I've never looked back. So speaking of CEX stickers, stick around to the end of the video because I'm taking some more off. And I've done something else with a lighter fuel on a slipcover or a release. And it's worth a treat, so stick around for that one, and it may give you a few more tips on this thing, lighter fuel, which is just absolutely brilliant, and I can't recommend it highly enough. And for £1 it'll solve all your problems, I think. So getting back to this slipcover, now I've had it on the shelf since I got it, and I was tempted to throw this away because it is really rubbish, but I thought no, I'm going to keep it because on the side you can't really tell, but it's always been in the back of my mind that I just don't like it. I know it's there, and it's one of those things that's eating away at you. So of course, with the recent Arrow video sale coming up, I thought, hang on a minute, is this still out? Is it still out with the slipcover? So what I did was I went up to the Metro Centre and I bumped into my good friend Stephen Monkey Mason. I'll leave a link to his channel down below, Lonely Tree Entertainment. We were having a good chat, as we always do, and I'd said I need to get this movie here, and luckily there was one in there, and it was on sale as well, because I don't really want to buy these two at full price. This was £12 from CEX, which I think was quite highly priced, but I think I got everything with it. But of course it's not worth 12 quid when you do have a slipcover that looked like that. So as always, it was great to talk to Stephen in the shop, and luckily there was one left in the shop. So for £9.99 I picked up a new version of The Last Matinee. That's the alternative cover. You do in this one, you get a lovely booklet, and you do get a lovely poster as well. Now that's the reversible art, as I said, and this goes in there, and now I can rest in the peace that I know that this is not in my collection anymore. This is the one that I've got. Now this slipcover for me was always one that jumped out to me, and I thought, is the film, as you know, Arrow sometimes they do with these movies and they're just not as good as what the slipcover pertains to. So this movie here is from Portugal, actually. Didn't know anything about it. It's a brand new movie, about 2020 or 2019. And think of Suspiria with demons, without the demons, but the setting of the cinema. And also a kind of giallo. It's got like a giallo, like a neo-giallo, they call it. And to be honest, this movie is absolutely brilliant. It looks fantastic. It's got a brilliant. It's one of these ones where you pick it up, and sometimes you pick these up and they turn out to be absolutely hopeless. But this one here, I can highly recommend it. It's subtitled, but that's not a problem. Also, the soundtrack on here is absolutely brilliant. The person who's directed this, I would imagine that they are massive fans of giallo. This movie here is kind of just like it's like a big throwback giallo, and the setting, with it being set in the cinema, and there's a stalker, there's a slasher in the cinema. The violence in here, it starts off quite slow, but the violence in here does take it up a bit of a notch, and I was quite surprised on how violent this film actually was. The only thing I would say about this film, I don't know if anybody else noticed this when you watched it, that the effects in here, the practical effects, are absolutely brilliant. They're really good throwback effects. But for some reason, at the start of this movie, they go past a chimney stack. Now you can tell a mile off that the smoke coming out of the chimney stack is CGI. And it stands out a mile. So when I first watched it and I saw that CGI smokestack, I thought, oh, hang on a minute, this looks like some low budget movie from the Sci-Fi Channel, but it's not. So don't let that put you off. It didn't put me off, but I was quite surprised to see something blatantly obvious. Maybe they did that to sort of show that CGI is not that good, I don't know. But I do think that this movie, and you get loads of you get short films on here as well. So this package here, especially at the moment, for 10 quid, it's one of the best ones that you can get out there. Highly, highly recommended. If you're a fan of giallo, you will love this movie. It's got throwbacks to Dario Argento. It's got like Goblin soundtrack, kind of. It's got pictures of on the billboards for the forthcoming movies. This movie's set in 1993, so it's got things for like forthcoming attractions, opera, Also on some of the billboards, it's got the director's previous movie. There's a bit of a sort of Easter egg there. And I noticed it and I thought, oh, hang on a minute. Although I haven't seen it, I thought, no, it's really a little clever movie. And I do think that people who are fans of Giallo will love this movie. So it's finally good to say goodbye to the Last Matinee damage slip and to have a really good version of this, like a proper version. So I can't recommend that highly enough. That's the Last Matinee. So what I did with the previous version of the Last Matinee, I took it back to CEX and I got £8 of it in the store credit. So I haven't really missed out that much. So I thought I'll get rid of it now. So I got the other one for 10 quid. So it was a no-brainer to do that. So I thought, right, so I got £8 store credit. So I spent it in CEX. So first up in CEX with my in-store credit, I picked up Giants and Toys. Now, these stickers don't want to come off.
Hello everybody, remember me? Where's me lighter fuel?
So their days are numbered. So I've always wanted to check this out actually. I've seen this loads of times in HMV and I've been looking at it on the shelves and I thought this looks really interesting. Now it's got the booklet in, so that's it's obvious buy. I think for £6, I think these are the type of prices you should get for these Arrow versions of movies. And it's a Japanese movie. I think it's from the 50s. 1958, I think that says. And what you've got in here, it's funny because it's kind of like, it's about advertising, and it's about this sort of advertising company, I believe, and they do these things to do with the advertising of certain products. And I'm just drawn to them for some reason. I've just got this like affinity with them. And this one was one of the ones that I saw. When I saw, obviously, with the booklet, I'll probably pick up any Arrow title with a booklet. It's in colour, actually. I wasn't expecting that. And you have got a lot of extras on here as well. And I'm interested to see what this whole, publicity thing was for, like advertising in Japan at that time. So that's Giants and Toys. Also in CEX for £4, I got Paterson. Now, I didn't know this came with a slip. Now, funny enough, this is a Jim Jarmusch film. And I was looking for this the other day because I thought I've been trying to track down the ones that I haven't got of his. And I was really excited to see this with a slip, so it was an instant purchase. Wasn't expecting to bump into it. Now, when I went and looked at the movie to see what it actually looked like, when you go like your chapter search, and every time I turned the chapter to like 2, 3, 4, it was always coming up with this same thing. They were always at this particular pose. They must start off the movie like that. In every single chapters, I didn't want to go too far. I didn't want to get any spoilers. But yeah, so I don't know why that is. It's funny because on the back of it, this movie, it says about it being, this fella has a day-to-day job, a mundane job, and he loves it like that. He likes to do the same things all the time in the same fashion. And it does star Adam Driver as well, he's in quite a lot of Jim Jarmusch's new movies. And don't know anything about it. Now, the girl there, I'm not going to pronounce her name because I would butcher it. I just put it up there so you can have a look at it. Never heard of this girl either. Now, this looks like an interesting movie. It's a Jim Jarmusch movie. It says it's quite slow paced, so that I don't expect much to happen in there, but I don't mind that. Jim Jarmusch can do movies about nothing and still make them interesting, if that makes any sense. I think he's such a great director and storyteller that I'm willing to give any of his movies a shot. And yeah, so that's another one in the Jim Jarmusch collection, which I'll have to start watching his movies soon, the ones I haven't seen. So that's Paterson. So after that, I went back to HMV and Gateshead and picked up this Knife of Ice. Now, this is the Italian collection, spine number 73. This movie's from 1972. Now, I don't know if you can see it. What they'd done was they had all of these titles like that. Then they started putting slipcovers on it. Then they started to get the ones like this. And then for some reason, on spine number, I think it was 70, they just went back to the regular slipcover, which was a bit, what's going on there? Now it's went back to the original size, the big thick size. And I'm like, that's a little bit of a glaring inconsistency, but all right. So it is what it is, and I can't really do anything about it. So anyway, that's just a bit of an observation. But this is directed by Umberto Lenzi, which is always a big, huge tick in the box for me. And I do get these ones. There's another one that's come out as well, which I will be getting. So in this box, this regulation hard box, which is absolutely brilliant. That's a great cover, that, and a great title for a movie. Looks, the spine is absolutely brilliant on it as well. Lots of special features on there. don't know anything about it. I would imagine it is a giallo, and you do get a booklet there as well. Lovely booklet, full of artwork. I like the 1970s sort of fashion. I think as well the 70s giallos are the best giallos out there. It's starring Carol Baker, who starred in quite a lot of the early 1970s Umberto Lenzi movies. In fact, there's quite a few in this this collection here. Yeah, just full of great graphics. So that's the booklet, lovely booklet. And then you do get the movie there, which is in this. This is reversible art. It's by number 73. And this collection doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon, which is alright by me. There's disc. And here is a poster. I think that all the movies in here are great. There's only a couple that I think are a bit yellow. You got JP.
Hello, you. Are you in town?
No, I'm in the house now.
Bye.
Let's say bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, double-sided poster. I mean, I never put these posters up, but I like the fact that they're there. And you never know, in the future I might do that. Who knows what's around the corner. So this movie has a 2K restoration, and to be honest, it looks really nice. It's funny when you get a 2K restoration, you can see it's a kind of like Blu Ray level, if that makes any sense. And sometimes when you get a 4K restoration, you can just see that little bit of extra sharpness and extra colour to it. But not taking anything away from this movie, it looked really nice, and probably it's the best it's ever looked or is ever gonna look. But I love that title. I love it how it looks on the shelves when it's up there. In fact, I'll put it back on the shelf right about now. So that's Knife of Ice. So this morning I went up the HMV and I picked up Sometimes Aunt Martha Does Dreadful Things. What a title. Dropping somewhere between Pink Flamingos, Blood Feast and an episode of The Brady Bunch on acid, Sometimes Aunt Martha Does Dreadful Things is a histrionic psychodrama that could have only originated in the alternative dimension known as Florida. Wow. Now, this is exactly the type of thing that I love in this range. Like I say, I've got all the other ones. They are there, and I've been watching a few of them. They're just great. I can't get enough of them. Actually, this one I'm going to watch this straight away. Actually, probably watch this today. And yeah, it's got a 2K preservation from the only 35mm theatrical print in existence. Now, to be honest, that sounded to me like this is going to look really ropey, but it looked quite good actually. So this movie is from 1971, and I could definitely see shades of John Waters in here, definitely shades of Blood Feast in here, that type of thing. And it's another one where you just think, I just love this range. I can't wait for them. They've just released these two. I can't wait for them to put out the next two. I know they've got a lot planned, but this is the type of thing that really interests me. And it's got quite a few extras on. It doesn't have an extra movie on this one. No, it does have an extra movie on there, which is there. Although it's only 47 minutes long, and I don't think there's much. The audio is not very good in it. It's kind of like overdubs on it. But yeah, so interested to see this one again. And this is the type of thing that's, I mean, if it's anything like Pink Flamingos, it's going to really tick the box for me. That Sometimes Aunt Martha Does Dreadful Things. So the other title released by 101 AGFA Films is Wicked World. Now this movie is from 1991, and to be honest, when I put it on, I thought, what am I watching here? It's off a videotape. It's sourced from a videotape.
Where's me ladders?
And it looks ultra cheap. Now that's a screenshot from the movie. Now that'll show you exactly what the quality is like on it, because it's sourced off a videotape, and you can really tell. Now the clip that I saw you could tell the audio was dubbed on after what they were doing, and it was atrocious, if I'm honest. The stuff they were saying, that the fella who was in it, who had a bag on his head, was saying, do you know who I am? Do you know who you're messing with? Do you know who you're messing with? He must have said it 100 times in this scene. I thought, wow, it looks ultra low budget, which is no problem to me, and it is a new transfer of the cut from the original 3.4 master tapes, which is basically just a videotape, and you can tell. But for me, these movies, I don't know where they're getting them from. It's like they're getting them from God knows where. But I tell you what, I'm such a blast with these movies. Everyone that I've seen, I've enjoyed. Yes, the quality of them sometimes is really horrendous, or it's just something you would just think, I can't believe what I'm watching here. But I like that type of thing. And for that reason, that's why this range is going to be something I'm picking up all the time. I just can't get enough of them. None of these two haven't got booklets in, by the way, for whatever reason, but it is what it is. And yeah, so that's another two that I'll be watching very soon. So I'm very interested to check these out. And when I get these ones, I do watch them very quick. So that's Wicked World. So lastly, when they were in there, I noticed on the shelf they did have some cheap ones you could buy. So I picked up for $10.99 Fast and Furious 6. Now, I have a bit of a love-hate relationships with the Fast and Furious movies. I think that the first couple of movies I just don't like whatsoever. But when it started to get into this, with The Rock coming in and getting into this like really weird, cheesy action thing, I do like them. Now, I don't know how far back I'll go. Maybe Fast and Furious, whenever The Rock came in, is when it changed for me in the better way. I did find them to be a lot more watchable than the first lot. I didn't like them at all. I thought they were taking themselves a bit seriously. These are a bit tongue-in-cheek, which I like. Now, the picture quality on here, it's good. The sound quality in here is brilliant. I don't know if it's got Dolby Atmos, but it's got a DTX master audio, so it sounds absolutely brilliant. Now, the picture quality on 7 and especially 8 is astounding. One of the best 4Ks you'll ever see. 6 is okay. It's not up to their standards, but it's not bad. I'm not taking anything away from the fact of it looking good. It just doesn't look as good as the other two. But it is what it is. It still looks good, don't get us wrong. I know this movie and this series is not for everybody. I mean, all the movies in here aren't for me. I would never buy a box set of them because I don't really like all the movies. I don't know about the new one. I haven't seen it yet. I want to try it. I've got Sky Movies downloaded in there. I'll try it. If it's alright, I might buy it in 4K. But I'm not rushing out for it. I can pick and choose with this series for me. But I saw this one, I thought, well, I haven't got that one. I may get 5, I'm not too sure, but we'll see how it goes. So before the footage of removing the CEX stickers with lighter fuel, I've got some outtakes for you. Now, those outtakes came from when I did all the 4Ks, and I put them all out and just showed them off. I filmed about 2 hours worth of footage, and I got it down to about 40 minutes, so there was a lot of like kerfuffle when I was doing the things, like dropping things and tripping over bottles of pop. So I've got a little few clips of that. So I've got some outtakes of that footage coming up right now. So thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Off, man. Angry group. For Citizen, King. Citizen. Ex Machina. Ex Machina. Ex Machina. Ex Machina. Kong, King of the Monsters. Yashmish Money Penny. Yashmish Money Penny. Jurassic World. Why? Where's me lighter fuel? Valerian and the City of 1,000. Valerian and the City. Valerian and the City of the 1,000. True Romance. True Romance. True Romance. So a lot of stuff I can take out of it. I hope this cut that you're watching now isn't as long as 1 hour 43 minutes. Of course it won't be. What else? So that might give you a little bit of enjoyment now. So just got this from Poundland for £1, strangely enough. I've noticed it because it was a refurbished disc. They put the sticker on over the top. Now I thought I had to try it, just get it off. It doesn't really need to be off. But I thought I'll have a go with your good old lighter fuel just to see, out of interest, if this actually works on this this particular sticker. It might not. I just decided to see. Well, give it a try, see what it's like. So I'll wait 5 minutes and see if I can get rid of it on this sticker. So this definitely wasn't going to come off easy, come off without a fight. Here we are 5 minutes later. Let's just have a little look at this. This didn't need to come off the sticker, but I thought I'd just try it just to see what happens. And this was really not going to come off at all, but this is minimal force as well. There you go. No bother. So yes, so that's those stickers that you get, these refurbished stickers from Poundland. If you want to get rid of them, good old lighter fuel here will do the trick. So if you saw my complete 4K collection, you'll see a few of these that have got some Rogue CEX stickers on. Here is a really nice slip, the Great Shang-Chi. I'm going to take these things off. I've got a few other things here that's not just the usual CEX rubbish. I've got a few other things which I'm going to try on here and see how they go. Give this get this fully soaked in, and then I'll leave it to one side for 5 minutes. That's that one done. Next up is Ant-Man versus the Wasp. Now these are ones that I knew when I got them. I thought there's no way these are going to come off. So at this point, I think I'd had or was going to go down the lighter fuel route, but I hadn't got it yet. So I'd waited till I got the lighter fuel and obviously put them back on the shelf and forgot all about them until I got that video done. So I thought, well, now was a perfect chance to get them all done. I've got some other stickers which I knew were problematic. So I'm going to try them and just see how they go. They might not work. It's not really a problem if they don't work. Obviously I've got as well, I've got a box which has got like loads of sticker residue on it. Now I've never tried this for sticker residue, so that might be a thing, I don't know. Now I've got this one here. This has got these two type of stickers which, you know, they're not going to kill us if they're on there, but I thought, well, do these come off with their lighter fuel? Because I never tried anything like to get these ones off, and I know they would have not come off. I know for a fact they would not come off. Lead me on to the other one that I've got, where I did take the sticker off, a bit like one of these stickers. It just did not want to come off at all. Hey, I saw this one as well, and I thought, not that I need to get that off there, but I thought, well, what happens if you don't like that on the box? You want the box to be completely just the movie you've got and no like rogue stickers on there. I mean, you might not want to see that Exodus thing. Guess what? Got another one of them. I found this. Why I've got all these is because I've got a bit of a project in mind to make my own slipcovers in a fashion. But I need some blank slipcovers. Now, the best way to get a blank slipcover is to get one, maybe cut one, cut some cardboard or some card the same size, or just to turn one of these the wrong way around. It's just something I've got a theory about. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but this is the thing that was intriguing. I don't know if you can see that. I've got to show up there. Yeah, can you see there was a sticker on there, and I took it off, and it was an absolute mess. And I tried everything to get this off here, and it is it is so sticky. It's really annoyed me ever since I got this movie. This is a brilliant movie, Amazon Women on the Moon. You do need to get this movie. So I'm going to try. With the age, like I say, I'm blind as a bat, so I'm going to try and see where this residue is, and then I'm going to try and put some on there and just see if this will actually just get this off, or is this a thing that this lighter fuel just doesn't want to know about. Obviously I can't put it too far all over the place. I don't want to go all over into there, so I'm just going to try and get that little bit in there, and if it takes some of it off, then I know I can progress with it. So again, 5 minutes, come back and see what comes off and what doesn't come off. First up, Shang-Chi. Now this is quite a glossy slipcover. It's got a bit of embossing on as well, not on the place I'm on, but this is one of the nicest slipcovers I've seen recently. There's some embossing there. There you go, look at that. Actually, that's one of the easiest ones I've ever took off. There you go, so that's good. I mean, I've never had a feel with these CEX stickers that all come off. This is another one that just didn't want to know, and I didn't try it, because sometimes you think I'll just give it a little shot, and then you put nail marks into all your slip covers. There you go, straight off. Right. That's just so easy. It's ridiculous how easy this is, and it doesn't leave any sort of residue or anything on the slipcover. So it's, you know, you don't have to, it's a bit of embossing there. Next up, I'll go for 21 Jump Street. I tried 2 stickers on here. Now these are stickers that I wouldn't normally take off, but I thought, well, you know, but give it a shot. Maybe people, you don't want to see these 2 things on here. You might want them off completely, so then you can't take them off with these by the looks of it. So that's, it's not coming off completely, but I've got a feeling that's probably just down to the stuff I put on. It's maybe not covered the whole thing. Or maybe I just need to take it off a slightly different way. It's left a little bit on, but nothing that would cause a problem. So I think that could be another good one. This is another one of these things. I don't really pay much attention to these UV things, but well, if there's something that people don't like, then maybe you want to get them off. Yeah, that's no problem, that one. I'm off a treat. That one there just needs a little bit more. I can just wipe them off in my hand, that's no problem. So maybe those circular ones are a little bit harder to get off. That was a little bit like the one that I had on my Amazon Women on the Moon. I'll be interested to see if that comes off. Next we'll do this Exodus Gods and Monsters sneak peek sticker. Like I say, these are things that I would personally leave on a box. I wouldn't really bother about taking them off, but if you are one of those people who hate them, then there you go, that come off really good. I was thinking that might not come off there, but there you are. No problem at all. You'd be sick of seeing these Dawn of the Planet of the Apes stickers. This is another one that didn't want to come off at all. It got to a certain point and it just was like, no, I'm not doing that. So let's see if I'm getting. This one looks like it might not. It might need some more at that side. No, it's not. I think sometimes as well you've got to be a little bit careful of which way you take them off, and then you lose that little bit of sticker. It'll be stuck on there. Yeah, could be better, but I think that's just on the sticker that was on there. I can usually take them with it's off. So if I get that, get it with a wet wipe, that'll be that. Spot on. And lastly, and the most, let's see if it's, see what it looks like it's done, if it's done anything. I'm gonna try and see if this just, oh, honestly that just comes off of my finger there. That's ridiculous, that. Now this was really sticky. I remember you must have ones that stick to the one in front of it, the case. And so when you take it off the shelves, you pull 2 off at the same time. But this is just, honestly, I'm just wiping that and I can feel it lifting off that sticky residue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a wet wipe on it. And hopefully with that honestly, that's amazing, that. I love that cover as well. That's because this had a big huge sticker on the front of it, and I thought, well, that's the last thing I want to see on this, because this artwork here, the original artwork, is absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to get a wet wipe and I'm going to see how that can take that, just that little bit of stuff off I've got there. So that's them all cleaned up and dried off. Shang-Chi, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I think it's sick of seeing this one, but got all them little bits and pieces off that were on there. I was a bit not worried about, but I thought, will they come off? And they did. 21 Jump Street, which had that little thing on there, you know, that sticker, bit of sticker residue there, that's gone. The other side sticker, that's gone, no problem. Now this is the real revelation on this one. Like I say, this had this sticker on. I'm contemplating getting a new box for this, but as you can see there, it's just taken the whole thing off. I had that awful bit of sticky stuff around there. It just didn't want to come off. And like I say, I tried everything, scrubbed it with every single thing I could think of. And lo and behold, our good friend
the Clipper Universal Lighter Fuel fluid from Poundland has done a number on that. So I'll be going, I don't think there's any more boxes like that. I think maybe a couple actually. I'll have to have a mooch through when I'm doing, like, cleaning my showers out and all that. But this has been the real eye-opener for me. Just literally drop it on, use your finger just to wipe it off, and there you go, take it off completely. And this is, like I say, this is something that's been annoying me for years, ever since I got this movie. And the box was due. Kept looking for a replacement box. Of course, you can't find a replacement box for these ones. They're just not out and about, are they, when you want them anyway. Plus, I'd have to pay a bit of money for it to get another movie for it, but didn't have to do that. With a couple of drops of lighter fuel. So there you go. So that's another winning video for lighter fuel. I'm obviously keeping this little fella here as a backup for when I need to do things like that with these things. So, brilliant.